I'm in Morro do Palacio, one of the thousands of favelas here in Rio. I thought it would be interesting to break down 37 days before the elections. What are they saying in the favelas? The favelas where millions and millions of cariocas, or people here in Rio de Janeiro, live. There's two major gangs in the city of Rio, and I'm going to say this a little bit soft for obvious reasons. Comando Vermelho is the biggest gang. It would be the equivalent to the Crips or Bloods in our country, and they have a rivalry with the other gang, the Terceiro Comando, that I'm going to talk about. The Comando Vermelho is afraid that the police and the pseudo-fascist forces of Bolsonaro are going to completely shut them down. So, acho que eles vão fechar com Lula. That means that they're more or less hoping that Lula wins, so there's not as much police pressure against them. Now, Terceiro Comando, the other gang, has certain connections with the evangelical church, the Pentecostal church. They're more conservative. They're connected to Bolsonaro. The third major gang, of course, is the police and the police state. And the extension of the police state is the milicias. These militias which control a lot of the favelas nowadays. Very different than 2 decades ago when I lived here. The militias are very conservative. They are connected to Bolsonaro and to his sons. And they're definitely going to vote for Bolsonaro. So the vote here in the favelas is very divided. Talking to young people, and it's tough for them to be on camera for all the reasons that I mentioned. It seems like less than 50% of young people even care about the elections or even participate. Some of them said, I'll take the fine. If you're over 18 and you don't vote, there's a 5 or 6 real fine. That's the equivalent of $1. So that's one quick overview of the vote 37 days before the election in Rio de Janeiro.